Grady Jarrett. Heard of him?
Yep. Big boy.
Good player.
Is he all right?
He just got released. Atlanta's released him. Played 10 years. Dan Quinn was the head coach of the Falcons when they drafted Garrett in 2014.
Could that be another 1-year deal? Let's figure it out.
I don't know, but it's hard not to at least look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like you just stated, when guys are at the top, the teams don't let them go.
Right. These are the dudes that become available.
Yeah. So
he'll turn 32. He'll turn 32 on day 3 of the draft.
All right.
So it's not going to cost you a ton. Played all 17 games last year, 53 tackles, 9 TFLs. I mean, at this stage of his career, he's 6'2", 90.
Yeah.
Damn. It's a big fella.
He's one of those guys that forms a big pile in the middle.
He's one of the guys that keeps O linemen off your linebackers.
Off of linebackers. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a great job. And and ask the linebackers how much they love those guys when they're in front of them.
Sure.
That's like the Syracuses of the world.
I don't think Grady Jarrett costs you a ton either. They need help at D tackle. I don't know that that's definitely the direction you go for a 33-year-old dude. But he can help you. And if the market, what they have shown is a willingness to believe in older players.
Yeah.
And this draft is loaded with D tackles. So I wouldn't necessarily expect, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how big of a market Grady Jarrett's going to have. And I think considering that, maybe it makes sense. If you're 33 years old, you want to go somewhere where you know what the culture is, where you know a head coach is going to take care of you.
You want to know
32,
that you're going to be probably playing extra games because you want to get a little extra change in your pocket.
I don't know. I feel like Jarrett could make sense here over, not today at noon, but over the course of this week, if we heard he takes a visit here or something, I don't think that would be at all surprising.
No, not at
all. We're going to have news rolling in all day. I want to make sure we mention this. I don't know if you watched yesterday. The Caps won again yesterday. Ovi got another goal. It's single digits now, dude. It's pretty nuts. And what's so cool about it is my kids are so into it. They're like constantly asking about it.
10 people in the penalty box at one time.
Yo, that was wild.
That's kind of fun.
that was wild, man. I was
trying to look at it with Chris earlier. He got all those ads showing up on his phone. We couldn't watch the damn video. He got an ad every 10 seconds.
Right. I think I got my guy Jaime's texting me about Hassan Reddick. I don't know there. I think if you're going to spend, for me, if you're going to spend at the end, and it seems like they're willing to. Likely, I don't know, but willingness, I would say yes, right? Khalil Mack, rather. Von Miller's also available, but Khalil Mack's 1 year removed from a 17-sack season.
Yeah.
Last year, he only had 6. A lot changed for that Chargers defense.
A lot changed, and a lot of people were down. The production was down from a lot of folks on that defense.
If you're going to spend on a veteran, Khalil Mack to me is wildly appealing.
He's a professional.
Totally. There's no doubt about what he does off the field, in the locker room, weight room, all that stuff. And I don't know, you got to be confident and comfortable in what he'll bring to your team, but he is just an absolutely excellent player. I think the top of the list for me, B, is trading for Hendrickson. And I know that the price tag has gone up because of first Crosby, then Garrett.
Yeah.
But I still think you do it.
You know what I said about that earlier? To compete, you gotta pay, and it may not be that much, but it's gonna be somewhere close. That's where you got to go.
And if they're saying, let's say, since he has enough teams interested, which they might, since he has enough teams interested that maybe it costs more than the initial second round pick or whatever, you can split. And everybody's focused on this draft where Washington doesn't have that much available. They have 6 picks, 3 in the top 80, then a whole lot in the back end. You could offer something else next year. So you're not killing your draft this year. You're still getting some guys in.
You might be able to give them a better pick. Look better.
Regardless, it'll dull the pain of just doing it all this season.
Yeah.
If you just spread it out. Because I'm confident AP is going to try to move around in this draft to get more picks. For me, it is go big for Hendrickson. After that, I would probably spend on Mac. I'm talking just straight edge rusher. Then I think Josh Sweat becomes interesting. I think Milton Williams is interesting. Now, that's not an edge rusher. They are, after losing Allen, you are going to have to add to your D tackles. Easy to draw a line to Grady Jarrett, but I don't know that definitively makes a ton of sense. I think
what makes your edge rushers better? Damn good interior
guys on the middle, sure.
They get one-on-one matchups, and they should be able to win that if they work their weight.
I am not convinced they're not going to try to get a corner also. They still have a lot of holes, man, even though they've kind of added a lot over the last week. They're now, I think, at 50 players. And quietly, they did re-sign Chris Rodriguez Jr. That one didn't set off a lot of alarm bells, but you wonder what's going to happen with that running back room, and maybe they feel pretty confident in running it back with those 3. Clearly, they like their tight end room.
Yeah.
Ertz, Bates, Sennett. That doesn't seem like it's changing. Well, at least the 3 of them aren't changing, and what else they might do, we'll see. But I thought that was interesting. As of now, the only thing that has changed is
Debo.
And that's a big change. And I think if you can get Lattimore healthy is a big change. Now, not all players are thrilled with how the pace of discussions and negotiations, at least we think.
Yeah.
We'll
just like those guys that have come out and say, I want to trade, and they end up staying with the team. I think the posting feelings hurt type situation, it's the same thing. It's no difference. It's a negotiation ploy. It may work. It may not. But it's a try.